Principal's Talk Show, and also welcome to Fun Kids India. Yes, this is your host Rajni Karara, and we are back with another episode of Principal's Talk Show. It is episode 15, and we have an amazing panel with us on today's show. So let me just introduce you first with the panel and with the principals who have joined us today on today's program. And firstly, we have a principal Nayana Chowre, a principal from Mount Literacy School, Bhin. And then we have, hello ma'am. And then we have Principal Supriya Srivastava, Director Principal of Innovera School, Pune. And last but not the least, we also have the founder and CEO of Fun Kids India himself, none other than Mr. Gagan Rana. So hello to everyone. All right, so after the warm welcome now, I would like to begin with today's topic, and I would like to introduce you to the topic of discussion of today's episode, which is how can we use technology for the help to improve education. So how can, as you can see behind me, it is written on the poster itself, how we can, use technology to improve education. So this is the topic of discussion for today's episode. So we'll be shooting great questions on you, principal. So shall we start the discussion? Shall I shoot my first question?
Yes, please.
All right.
Please.
Okay, amazing. So now, okay, so let's start with Principal Supriya then. So Principal Supriya, I would like to begin with you. I know you don't like me calling you principal, but since it's principal's talk show, so I'm really sorry, mentioning, I had to mention this because I know you absolutely don't like anyone calling you Principal Supriya. You would rather like to, us calling you Supriya ma'am or just take your name. But you have this beautiful title, so I would like to give you all the due respect, and I would like to call you, with the title itself, Principal Supriya. So, ma'am.
Honored. Yes.
Okay. So, first question to you. So, what do you have to say? Okay. So, if I were to ask you your take on technology, how do you see technology in today's time? What do you have to say about that?
I see it as a very, very important component of today's world, something without which we definitely cannot survive. However, there has to be some wisdom while using it, while adopting it, because there is nothing like, one fits all technology or technical tools. So there, I think as school, as individual, as parents, as educators, we need to be conscious on what, where, how we are deciding on using the technology that we want to adopt to. So that would be my first take on technology in education today.
Okay, great, amazing. Thank you so much for your answer. Thank you so much for your opinion. And coming to you, Principal Nayana. So you're looking absolutely beautiful. Firstly, I would like to give you this compliment. And then I would like to, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, Principal Nayana, I would like to know from you. So, what's your take on technology in today's time? What do you have to say about
that? For me, technology is as important as education today. When we talk about the old genre, then that time we were disconnected from all the technology, but we did survive and we did, flourish. But today we have to walk with the generation, and they are all techno savvy. So if we, if we don't walk with them, so we will leave them behind. I mean, we will be behind and they will go ahead. So I guess this is important, but as ma'am said very rightly, that we have to understand, we have to have a balance, and where we have to draw a line. So for me, technology is something which is very, very important word for every parent and every teacher to understand and make it explainable to the students, that where to use, how to use, how much to use. As my students are watching, and every day we have topic and debate on the same, this is the current topic of today's generation. So I feel, though it is important, but it has to be minimized at many places. So that is what is I have to say about it.
Okay, great. So, sir, I would like to ask my next question to the principal, but before I jump on to my next question, I would like to know from you, what's your take on technology? Because I think if Fun Kids India have flourished, it is because of the technology and the advancement of technology. So, what's your take on that?
Well, absolutely. I'm from engineering background, and I love technology myself. So I work with computers
Okay.
day and night. I work with, uh, you know, these things for last many years. I'm an electronics engineer and I'm MBA as well. So I love technology. I think it really helps, and I think within education sector, technology really, took many leaps in COVID. Like when children were just stuck at home, so technology attack, come forward and help the education to move forward in parts or
Mhm.
in steps, whatever. But technology was there, and technology is an amazing tool. The key thing is about the balance. What to do, what not to do. So principals, parents, even kids who are using technology, they should be aware of pros and cons for technology. Like if you're in front of screen, for example, we are using technology, right? Zoom and
Right.
YouTube is the kind of social media technology, isn't it? So we have to use it in balance, and so as long as we stay in balance and we know the pros and cons, we should be all fine. And yes, Funkids India, in season one, for India's emerging talent, which we're going to talk about in few minutes. So uh, during the grand finale, kids cannot come from various part of India. So if you remember, you were hosting, we did online, offline, right? We used technology to
Yes.
audition, let them participate across the world by using technology itself. So they're coming on Zoom, so there's no restriction; they can join from anywhere. And season one, so technology helped in doing that. So yeah, Funkis India really use technology a lot because we are digital, organization for kids and families. And for us, technology is everything. And we always promote, the good side of the technology, and of course, bad side we also make them aware. But we try to use technology in a better way possible to promote education where possible.
Amazing. That's a great answer. Thank you so much to the panel, and thank you so much for such amazing opinion on this, on the question. So now I would like to ask my second question. So, Principal Supriya, I would like to begin my second question with you. So, earlier back in the day, schools completely, prohibited using mobile phones, or I mean, children were not allowed to take phones in school. But I think in today's time, it has taken a 360-degree turn, and now I think mobile phones are allowed, and teachers are themselves, they are asking children to use technology. They are asking children to be on, to use laptops and mobile phones and to be tech savvy. But whereas back in the day, if a child bring if a child was to bring his or her parents mobile phone to the school, it it was such a big thing. I remember during my school time, I have this incident with me where my friend, she bought a mobile phone to the school, and I think she was suspended for 2 days for bringing that mobile phone. So I remember this incident very clearly. But now everything has changed. So what do you have to say about that? And how do you see this incident? And I would also like to know from you about why do you think it was such back in the day and now it has changed so much in today's time?
See, I'll answer your second question first. I think
Okay.
the scenario of COVID brought in this change, because
Okay.
previously, pre-COVID, ask me, I would not have allowed even my son to have a mobile at home, or for
Okay.
him to even dream of having a laptop of his own would be a little distant. So this would be the second part of your question. For the first one, I want to understand, why do we need children to bring mobiles to school? Because as on today, the schools are pretty equipped to handle the technological needs, because we have got computers, we've got smart screens and smart classes in
Mhm.
almost every school. So what is a need that we want a child to be carrying a mobile to school? Okay, so if we understand the requirement, the purpose, and then are there some other tools which can replace mobile? So if there's a tab or something which doesn't connect social media to them through it, but it just takes care of the written part of it, or taking down notes, something like what Kindle used to do. Kindle, correct? So something like what it used to do. So it was very limited to only learning. So here, mobile, I think, is a device which explores them many things beyond educational needs. So of course, a technology, a tool can be brought to school, but mobile, as per I still think not recommended. And schools should be better equipped to handle the needs of the child in the school itself. So once the child goes home, use your parents' laptop.
Okay, so I think Principal Supriya is still strict with her rules and regulations, regarding technology and mobile phones and laptops. Okay, I think that's amazing, and I mean, I'm very sure that using technology in the school premises itself has its own pros and cons. Um, so rules and regulation needs to be made, and thanks so much for your answer, Principal Supriya. And now, Principal Nayana, I would like to ask the same question. What do you think about this question, and why do you think back in the day it was such a big deal if a child was supposed to bring a mobile phone to the school, but now the teachers and the principal, they themselves are asking to their students to be on computer and mobile phones and to be tech savvy.
Well, I could speak in volumes on this. Today we have had our PTM, and this was the main topic with each parent. How much I can talk on this to just make parents understand, as the topic is going on, this COVID-19 word brings goosebumps to everyone. That is the reason why it came in the sea in this mobile, as you asked me, why it was not so important in the last back days. So that time, the scenario was the students, the parents, they were completely focused on the classroom, the teachers, that faith. They were not accessible to all this, extra knowledge, I will say. So in those days, whatever the teacher taught, the child was enough. I mean, it was enough for the child. The teacher had the lesson plans. But even now, even today, I will never allow my student to carry mobile. However advanced we are staying in the world of artificial intelligence, whereby, at the click of the button, we get all the knowledge, information. Yes, but are the students actually knowing that what information is to be taken? I mean, we have to first educate them with this. And according to me, if we talk about technology, if we talk about using mobile phones, I will always advise each parent and each teacher, when we ask what is the role of the school and what is the role of the parent, I will always say that human behavior, that is human touch, the behavioral aspects of the child are more important, and that will only happen by human touch at home and at school, which cannot happen by phone. Because of this phone, what I feel is the children have stopped communicating. They have stopped expressing. They have stopped, understanding what are the advantages of talking, having friends, having friendships, having fights. So this communication break, I think it has to be opened. The channels have to be opened. They have to be very expressive to explore what their instincts are. And there are advantages. Like for me, the best advantages of technology in the latest last year was FunKids. So thanks to technology with that, we used it. We used it for our benefit. My children got the platform. So I am here to explain to them what is good and bad. But using telephones, going on the Instagram, my students are watching the 9th and the 10th grade, 8th. I mean, I will never advise them to be that techno savvy and to know so much. I mean, over information sometimes is very harmful. They have to speak with their parents, with their friends, with the peer group, with their teachers. I think more than the telephone, like they sit next to each other and they text good morning, parents, husband, wife, or even the kids. So why that? I mean, give a hug and say good morning. So why this phone? So I think I will never advise telephones at all.
Okay, I think both the principals agree on the fact that they both will not be advising their students to use mobile phones, until some age, until they reach a proper age. Is it, Principal Supriya?
I will not say a proper age, because there is no, if you ask us, I think most of us now ourselves are addicted. Okay. So there
Uh-huh.
is no
Mhm.
age to addiction. So it is not
Right.
about proper age, it is about the proper use. So if there is another
Okay.
tool which can be used instead of a mobile in school by the child,
Mhm.
why not? I mean, why mobile then? So any other tool which doesn't have social media, it doesn't have an option of calling up the parent or texting their friend or creating groups and chatting while the teacher is teaching in the
Okay.
class. So there are so many
Okay.
pros and cons to mobile. So
Yes.
any other tool,
Okay.
okay, it can be a tab, it can be any other tool. So completely okay. And there is of
Okay.
course no age fixed to fall in love.
Okay.
So
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So my next question to you, okay, Principal Supriya, I would like to again ask you my next question. So, what I mean, we'll be obviously asking about, how can the technology help to improve education? But before I ask you that question, I would like to know that how is the school taking care whether the students are using the technology in a right way or not? Because do we have some guidelines over there, or do we have some rules and regulations over there? So how do the schools taking care of this thing?
I think if we the leaders at school, if we start depending on technology little smartly, we would get all the results there, because there are reports that can be generated by just a click of a button. And
Right.
so I mean, if we go down to the days when we were using classroom, Google Classroom, even there the report of how many children have done the worksheet was easily available. You talk about Zoom, you talk about any of these meeting platforms, the attendance sheet was quickly taken off. So there are ways in which we can definitely do that. At school here, we have our own LMS, which is Learning Management System. So there again, the reports can be generated quickly. We get the results of what they've done. Like if there is an assessment. So for every course and for every assessment that the teacher does in the class for any subject, the report is
Uh-huh.
just a quick click away. So it
Okay.
solves a lot of the basic logical work that we were doing previously. A lot
Mhm.
of ease there. So a lot of things which can be automated. We don't need to do it over and over again. So with just
Mhm.
one click and you can mark key to everybody, those who are present in the class today. And
Okay.
so many benefits that we see.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, Principal Naina, how does your school take care of the fact that your students are watching, as you said, this episode right now? So, how are your teachers and your school taking care of the fact that the students are not using technology in a wrong way, or how are they using it properly?
Yeah. First of all, it is very important to use this, as we are discussing. It's not, it is very wrong to use. So it is like the
Mhm.
debate is not on whether it should be used or no. It is how to be used. It has to be
Right.
used. That is the truth. That is the sour truth. Okay. Now it adds to the critical thinking. It adds to their analytical skills. It adds to
Mhm.
so many things. So our teachers, what they do is, we have, of course, all the schools have smart boards, and with the smart boards we have all the information available, extra information. So what the teachers do is, after teaching, they give a project. So the students homework is to, they have to go Google it, take the information and bring it back. So actually, when actually the time is when we actually say no, then the students are curious. When we say don't do it,
Mhm.
then they will definitely do it, because they will like to know why not to do it. So it's better, tell them to do this. This is the work, you bring this project back, and then also monitor or make them counsel them off and on that, this is not correct, or that is, because I mean, this is they are very curious. The generation is very curious, and I think we have to understand, and it is a very big role of the teacher, because she is the mediator, between many things, and direct connect, so the teacher is doing her job very well at our school of just giving the information for us. Because of the COVID, even my junior KG and nursery children can use the phone very properly now. They can do everything. If they are bored with the classroom, they could just slide it off and say that we have network problem. So they have become very smart. So I think we have to grow. The teachers have to grow, and they have to understand. They have to come out of that role as a strict teacher, but rather than that, they have to be a facilitator, because children are not roll numbers, just roll numbers. They are unique individuals. Each child will be. And then the reason for not allowing them to encourage them smartphones is because everybody won't afford smartphone. Everybody won't afford. So we don't want that competition as well, that is, such and such boy is having this, and then this boy is having tab, and we don't want that. So keep it subtle, do some homework, let them do it and come. So this is what we are adopting at our school, Mount Litra.
Amazing. Okay, great. I think that's absolutely great. And Principal Supriya, now I would like to ask you the topic of today's discussion, which is how can the technology help in improving the education? So, do you think technology can make a difference in educating today's children better? Or do you think
Definitely.
that without the help of technology, we still can be better in education?
See, one thing, the pat at the back by the teacher definitely makes a lot of difference. But of
Right.
course, now you can't escape technology. So I personally feel, as I said earlier also, that it helps us in a lot of, kind of bringing things together rather than the scattered manner, wherein, everything was in different registers probably earlier. Now everything has been brought down to your drive, so which you are carrying all the time along with you. But when talking about whether it can really bring in the change, of course, to a very, very large extent, with a lot of ease, because it definitely does bring standardization of instructions, because earlier it wasn't so. It has made their recapitulations very, very easy. It has brought in that interest of things which change very quickly. I mean, I always used to feel earlier that why do children enjoy cartoons so much, because it was constantly moving. There's some change which is happening there. However, there in a class, sometimes the teachers do not sound so interesting. So technology has brought in that change in their life. There can be differentiated instructions too, because as four of us here, we all need differentiated instructions, even though there is a standardization, right? So even that becomes a tool which can be very easily adopted with the use of technology. There can be expanded opportunities for practice, because and repeated opportunities for practice too, because there is always an option of undoing and redoing something when it is technology, until you submit, or you have an option of not submitting something again. And last, I would say it has a lot of student engagement, because they are onto it, they are loving it already. Okay, why not use something that they already love to do? So the moment we bring in a combination, or we bring two things, which something that we want to do and something that how they would like to do it, so the results are going to be awesome. So educating them the way they will like to get educated, exploring, learning to them the way they will like to be, to be experiencing it. So why not, when you can combine learning with fun, and fun for them, if right now is technology, let's do that. So
Absolutely. And I think, yeah, absolutely. I think, and with today's generation, I don't think we can say no to them without giving them a logic. So I think, if they want technology in schools, yeah, of course, please go ahead.
So just one last thing is that, again, we need to be having that wisdom not to pull in the technology in everything that we want to do. So, understand where it is needed. So if your music class where a child is playing tabla and it needs to be done on the tabla, the actual physical tabla. So there, please don't bring in your technological tools there. So allow them to be using it where it is really going to, add a value rather than deplete the value of the actual thing. So,
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for such a lovely answer, Principal Supriya. And you rightly said, we actually need to, if today's generation wants technology, so we need to, as this generation says, get with the time. So we really need to get with the time, and with the help of technology, yes, it is very, very important. And it definitely can improve education, as you rightly mentioned. So, Principal Nayana, the same question comes to you. So, what do you think, and how do you think technology can help in improving the education? And do you think without technology also we can still be good with the education?
No, we need technology.
Okay.
This is a globalization age stage. We need to bring
Right.
we need to make the students understand that what is happening in the other part of the world. That is because they are not going to stay intact at one place. There should be integration. There should be inclusive education, virtual classrooms, augmented reality, videos. They are very necessary now because that brings the curiosity in the kids. It increases the collaboration, the communication. They have to be the teaching has to be receptive. It is not one way. It is a two-way process now. It has to be personalized learning opportunities, career opportunities. They only will be open if we open them to all these mediums of channels. So this will be give them curiosity driven. They will be it will be engaging them. It will probably make them understand. Even this NEP 2020 has given them improved efficiency now with so many avenues open. Then this brings this technology driven schools will also add to the productivity of the teachers, because many teachers in the past, they were not very techno savvy. And as a result, we could not find that much result with the students. But now with the increasing, facilitation and so many things, we did not have smart boards at us in our schools when we studied. But then our teacher used to come and it was all, handmade. Of course, there are advantages. We grew up as disciplined people. We have the value of everything, yes, but then that was a different genre and this is a different. So as I told in the beginning, that we should not be left behind, and the children are going ahead. So with this, I think each child should become a leader. They should become craftsmen of their lives, and that will only be happening if we bring technology in their hands and guide them how to use it in the right way. That is, of course, then our hand. So I think this all are the advantages.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your answer, Principal Nayana. That again a very, I think, right way to look at the technology and how it can help, in improving the education. So now, sir, I would like to ask you the same question. So, according to you, in your opinion, how can technology help in improving the education? If you were to give an opinion on this question, so what would you like to say?
Well, definitely yes, because technology act as a facilitator, like it facilitates communication, and technology is fun because mobile games and all that, it's fun as well, which improve learning. And technology is a kind of a learning tool, like software applications, all the Java and all that, and they help in job in the future. So that's technology, and the technology is going to, of course, help the collaboration. We're sitting here in a different part of the country, and even when the COVID was there, as we discussed earlier, kids are from home, they're coming online, even with the audition online for being school as well, where we're sitting in the studio. So yeah, technology is really an amazing thing, and it really helps improve the education, definitely. And even the computers, like in labs and all that, they were there for many years. And kids who are smart enough, or they want to get into a bit more learning about technology, they just go there. That's one tool, software as a technology. But there are other techs as well, like camera, for example. Mobile is a technology, isn't it? That's what technology is all about. So they use mobile, they try to learn from mobile, but via mobile they learn other stuff as well. So it's become a source of learning that way the technology is. And yes, and of course, the new cars, Tesla, for example, it's all technologies. It's all great. So anybody who is making Tesla as a car, there's a lot of learning in there. I know it's not an education, but what I'm trying to say, technology is very vital in this era, because if you're not technology savvy as a student, or as a school, or as a state, or as a country, it'd be difficult for you to survive ahead. And that's why a country like Americas and all that, they are well ahead in technology. Like, they heat masks and all that. They another game of technology, which you guys we don't deal in the school environment, defense environment, other environments, like, they are much ahead. So technology is very important for any school, any state, any country.
Okay, that's an amazing answer. Thank you so much for that. And so, following your answer, I would like to ask question to Principal Supriya. So, Principal Supriya, as Gagan sir said that, because of the technology, they are, the developed countries are at another game with their development, and with their with the kind of money that the countries have, basically, and infrastructure and everything, basically. So, would you say that if we were so good with the technology, so we, rather than being a developing country, we would have also been a developed country if we were good with the technology?
See, I think, I don't know if I'm wrong with the information that I'm going to give, but UPI is being adopted by other countries, which was initiated in India. Okay.
Right.
And UPI is one source of collecting money, or passing money, or exchanging money, wherein even the cobbler on the street has a QR code which he's using to take money, and that goes in his bank account. So with this, are we still developing? Because I think other countries are asking India to share, what did you guys do? So number one is, I don't think we are, of course, in certain areas we would be, but they are also not, doing wonderful in everything. We might not be doing wonderful one or the other thing, but I think we are gradually coming at par with almost all of them. And somewhere we are piche, somewhere they are piche. Let that that sync be. So that is one part of it. And I think if we go down to see, probably a lot of people from the like IT background are Indians who are working abroad. So where did that foundation come from? Where did that foundation come from? Yeah. So let's talk about all the good things that India has done so far. And that makes us, feel more Indian and proud of. Ma'am said about the value system. I think Indians are extremely good on their value systems. So, one or two things we might be missing on the technological part, but then value-wise, very high. However, I think, again, not everything that everybody is doing should be, or can be, or, could have been adopted. Because there are, different ways in which, a certain thing needs to be diagnosed. So understanding our infrastructure needs, understanding how our school system is going to run, is probably what we had to go back and sit down and then adopt a particular technology. Then again, surveying the best available, interventions that matches with what we require. And then last would be scaling up. Okay, fine, it is going well. Now we need to scale it up. So it is not key, okay, since it's flowing, so let's catch it. It's that let it flow, let me understand, and let me adopt if I feel the need to. And after I've adopted, let me feel that, okay, I need to scale it up. I need to take it up to the next level. So it shouldn't be, running behind the train. It should be guided running behind the train. Okay, this train is not taking me to the journey, to the destination, sorry.
Right.
And so halting, pausing, taking, and walking ahead.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. And that's a great answer, ma'am, because you rightly said, and I don't think there is any competition in the value thing that you stated. So I don't think there is any competition between the West and our country because I mean, not making a controversial statement, but just stating a fact here that they might be the developed ones, but still they have all the Indians leading, the companies in the US. So all the leaders that they have there are Indians. So it automatically makes us the leader. If just stating the fact here, not making any controversial statement. Okay. So now, Principal Nayana, I would like to come to you. I would like to ask you the same question. Do you think if we were good at technology and if we were really good with the technology from day one, we could have been the developed country rather than being a developing one?
Well, for me, this question, what you have asked, is rather, it's not a controversial question, but
Okay.
I always say my students that technology, if it would have been that, if is the answer to everything. So Indians have always developed gradually, and with the pace that it has grown, I think we are only one country which has so much diversity in so many things. So according to the question that you have asked, population wise, or even the history that we have of our country, we couldn't have had this technology from those ends, because today also we are fighting with so many problems, okay, which other countries are not. So when we are ourselves into that race, whereby I will not come on to that. So I guess rather than thinking what could have done if we would have been efficient in technology, rather than the past, we think about today and the future, tomorrow. Rather than indulging ourselves into that thought process, we would have been. Rather, we would try, and this only education sector will bring it into the another level, and that is developed. Only the education sector can do this, because now when we are working with the current students who are our future India, at least what mistakes we did in the past, we can rectify now and come out with that and work for the better tomorrow. So whatever we could not achieve till now, rather than thinking of that and pondering over that, I think what we can do, rather than thinking, I think that is more apt. Digitalization and digital transformation. 59% students of middle schools say that it has been used. And as ma'am rightly said, that our majority of Indians are in foreign countries. Okay. But if we ask them to come back and work for some small village, they are not going to come. They are not. So rather than thinking of what has been done and what we cannot change, rather than that, now we produce these Indians, future India, to make them understand that learn, go abroad, learn some techniques, come back and develop this village of yours. That is what I've been doing in my small town. And I've been teaching this my students as well, that, well, you all are not going to stay here in Bhind. But you cannot stay in Bhind as well. You have to go out, learn technology, come back and bring this Bhind to that position whereby nobody must have dreamt. That it has to be. I think that is what that will bring India to the next note, and that is developed. I think each village each town has to work on that.
Okay, I think Supriya ma'am said she maybe want to leaving. So I think let's start with the presentation quickly. Ma'am, you okay to stay for a few minutes?
I will wait. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the answer, Nayana ma'am. Thank you. And you mentioned some great points, in your answer. So thank you for that. And sir, yes, now we would like to begin with the presentation. If you can please go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll keep it quick. And Nana, I'm already aware of what we do. So yeah, so probably Supriya ma'am, we're just gonna go through quickly. So I'm just gonna start sharing my screen, and then yeah. So this is today's session. So we have put. So yeah, Shivani ma'am couldn't join for some reason, but yes, thank you very much. So yeah, this is a kind of a agenda we flow through quickly, what we did. So I won't go into detail, and then I'll jump to the FunKidsIndia. So FunKidsIndia is a safe digital home for kids and families, and we produce our own programs, which is kind of a family and kids friendly programs only. And we run our reality show, which is an international reality show, which is in season 2. And pan India students and schools have been participating. Even internationally, kids have been participating, and they are in IT top 50 Cs for season 2 as well. And I think 4 of your students are there as well. No, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, this is what we do. First item is India's Emerging Talent season 2, Hunar Ko Pehchan, which is a reality show. Second, we all act as an official media partner, where we generally go for very big events. So Excellent Education Conclave, we were there. So you will see some pictures over there going forward. And Principal Talk Show we are doing at the moment. And then Principal Talent Show going to come very soon in November, December time for the season 2. And then we make our own songs. We produce our own web series, small stuff. So that's what we do. So this is season 1 judges, where Ada Khan, Delna, Soumya, and me were the judges for the finale. And we spoke about how technology we used in the grand finale, bringing kids in the Zoom and then from their location, and then they don't have to travel during the COVID time. So this technology again helped in that way to us. These are a few clips of that finale. You can see Ada Khan there and the Delnas on there, and the kids all over India came and participated in the finale for the season 1, and now we are in season 2. So City Merchant is a main judge for it for the season 2, and you can listen to his video bite, what he's saying all about. So we have 4 talent categories: acting, singing, dancing, and other one is fantastic, where any other talent can participate, whether you are a tabla wadak or you are a top jogger or top runner or top cricketer. We always
Hello guys, hope you all are doing great. Okay. आज का दिन मेरे लिए बहुत स्पेशल है, हाथी को जैसे.
Stop Salim. Okay, so we're targeting Delhi, Chandigarh, Jaipur, and a few more locations. We've been through multiple locations so far. Season 2 journey started 21st November in Delhi, NCR, DPS International. Then we're doing online auditions across India and with NRIs. We went to Mata Rukmani School. We went to Bareilly, Bhind. Bhind is there as well. And Badhayu, Jammu, Dehradun, Mumbai. We had amazing offline audition in Mumbai. You may have seen. We got amazing coverage from there. And kids from Pune also came there to Mumbai. And yeah, sorry, ma'am, we couldn't be in touch with you. Otherwise, you could have sent your kids as well. But not to worry, there are other options coming up. And then we're going to focus target Delhi, Jaipur, Lucknow, and all that. It depends on sponsor. And the finale is moved to November, ma'am. Sorry. So probably you're aware of that, but this is because the schools are saying they have exam until 3rd week of September. Yeah, so they are saying they can't do it. Yeah. So please let us know when when in November is the best day for your school, and then collectively make a decision.
Sure. Thank you so much.
So you just please look for it. Okay, so we have 3 main categories for the award. It's just not one, like Eco Award. We have 3 age categories: toddlers which is from 2 to 4 years, kids from 5 to 12 years, teens from 13 to 19 years of age, and then from each age category there will be one winner at international level. And we also started this concept called Top 3, which is really crazy, and all the schools and from any city want to be the part of it. Okay. So yeah, these are the press coverage we had so far, multiple places, and you can see us over there in this official media partner for EEC, and then a lot of coverage in Astak and all that for us as a team. And then this is our Mumbai coverage. You see the media covering us like anything. They came and covered the whole Mumbai auditions, and we had an amazing judge, which was a simple called TV actress, and the dancers, and Gayatri. She is a very good singer. So yeah, we had a good season in there, a good session in Mumbai, and then a lot of press coverage from various other places. This is DPSG, first one for us. And then when I remember you had your hair now 60 plus. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, so you've been famous now. All the schools are aware of you now.
Feels so nice to see this.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So you did an amazing job, and really appreciate for that.
Thank you.
And benefits to school, of course, a lot of benefits, international nationwide marketing, promotions from arts, and of course, UBC seen as a lovely school in your. What you have to do is just put standy backdrop in your school and promote us where you can. There's a fee structure which is we have reduced now, 50% now, and yeah, that's it. These are contact details. You want to come and join us. I know. Okay, Supriya ma'am left. I think she said she is busy. She has to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Supriya ma'am.
Official stop tour. Yeah, Rajni, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. It was a lovely presentation, and you absolutely rocked the show, Principal Nayana. You were the star of FunKidsIndia. You actually were there with 70 students, so that was an amazing initiative from your side, and we really, really appreciate that from your side. So thank you so much for that.
On behalf of Wind parents and my students, I would like to thank each one of you over there, FunKidsIndia, for giving this amazing platform. We developed teamwork. It was a teamwork. Our team came together, and students, I came to know that time that where I'm stationed, I understood so much talent these students are having. We have to hone it, But thanks to you guys, you were amazing. The interaction what we had, the coordination was number one. We are here and you all were there, and I think you were in London that time. So we all were put together in this technology screen, and the way we rocked, it was amazing. And I'm looking forward for many such events. I've spoken to my high authorities also to take this show ahead, And however, I will be helping you out. And to all the students, whoever have not participated, I will say, kindly be a part of this show and just taste it once. That's what I will say. Thank you so much, everyone.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you, actually. Yes, sir, you want to say something?
No, thank you, Nana. It was amazing. You took the initiative, and you're from Mumbai, and it's an amazing platform. You want to give it to your school, which really, is amazing. And I think you're one of the top principal in India, I would say. And definitely, when we have finale, I will invite you in advance. Anyways, please come over. We're gonna give you all the awards for taking initiation. There are a few other schools which are planning going more ahead of you. There are many schools which is around 50, 60 at the moment, but there's one school targeting 500 children. I don't want to say the name, but they are kind of keen, even 1,000 children, because they're more into promote children for these talent things. Their kids go to Saregama and so many things, so they are ready to provide this 500 kind of children and all that. So yeah, but absolutely, ma'am, that was amazing what you just did, and very thankful for the kind words. Thank you.
Please keep up the good work and touch lives. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, ma'am. And this journey is still not over. Before the finale, we are still going to have the principal's talent show where we are going to see you. And I hope you will be ready. So we would like you to participate in the principal's talent show, because principals from all over India and abroad will be participating in that program. So we'll be, absolutely delighted if you participate on the show. So yeah.
I will gather courage from now. I've never done this. Let us give a try. So at the moment, it's for me, it's a big, dilemma whether to say yes or no. But let me say I'll gather courage by November, December, as it is.
Okay.
So I look forward for the finale now of my students, and God bless all of you. You guys are rocking. Take care.
Thank you so much. And all right, guys, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode, which was episode 14. And that's it with today's episode. It was a lovely, lovely discussion on the topic, how can technology help in improving the education? We'll be soon seeing you with another episode of Principals Talk Show. Till then, you guys keep watching and stay tuned to Principals Talk Show and also to Fun Kids India. Good evening.